Hey everyone, welcome to Totally Radical Tone, and today I'm going to have a more detailed look at the plugin suite from STL Tones, which was designed in collaboration with Will Putney. This is a monster of a plugin. What I'm going to showcase today is probably a mere snapshot of what this thing is capable of, but I wanted to show some tones that I've managed to extract from it that I'm happy with and I would use on my own recordings. So the way this plugin is laid out, we have a gate at the front end, a tuner, which is okay. I'd use one externally, if I'm honest. A stomp section, it's like a tube screamer kind of pedal, and there is a delay pedal and reverb. I'm not sure what they're based on. They're pretty good. You can use them in the front of the amp or the effects loop. Now, you can use two amps at the same time. That's a really cool thing. And there's a selection of four. There's a 6505, an Uberschall, Triple Crown, and a VH4. Plus, included is a Ampeg kind of classic SVT. Running two amps at the same time, you can run them into separate speaker cabinets. So these IRs can be controlled entirely, moving the microphone away from the cone, across the cone, and also you can change the angle, which is nice. Both of these amps with these cabs can be blended using this control. Now, right at the end of this chain is a Parametric EQ, which is very, very powerful, and it's nice that it's included. It's like really like tidy package, not too many plugins on each channel strip in your DAW. Here is just the Bogner, and because the most powerful part of any kind of guitar setup is the speaker and the microphone, it kind of has the final say a lot of the time, in my opinion. I'll move the mic around and show you how powerful it is. So you can see how much tone shaping there is just by moving the microphone alone. And if you've ever tried to mic up a real speaker cabinet, it's such a pain. And you can't save the settings. And then someone comes in and kicks the mic, and you've got to start all over again. Here is the Triple Crown in this preset. Very mid-heavy, really cool sound. And if I blend those two together, so what I'm going to do now is move that blend fader to show you how you can fine-tune both amps at the same time. Feels like an amp. So I won't mess around with the Parametric EQ. What I will do is just switch it off to show you what this particular setting is doing. And the beauty is, once you've got your DIs and you're listening to it back in a mix, you can just simply either control how much high end you want from one of your amplifiers to help you sit in the mix better, or you can just use this Parametric EQ to refine it. In each amplifier, you can select a different power tube. So if it was to isolate the Bogner, for instance, we're on an EL34 at the moment. As you can see, it's pretty subtle, to be fair, but it's a cool option. Just have a little mess around with some of the amp control. Triple Crown in particular has a authentic kind of mode switch, which you can find on the rear amp, the tight and normal. I'll just... I prefer it on, to be honest. It might seem a little bit more in your face, but in the mix, it's going to sit a lot better. I'll just boost the front end with the tube screamer to show you what that's doing and how you can tighten up for those kind of heavier riffs. And if we add some ambience, we can turn this preset into a lead preset. So that's just one preset. We've got a rhythm tone and a lead tone just by boosting it and adding some ambience. I'm going to quickly show you the clean tone that I managed to extract. I had to use a dual VH4 setup. I couldn't really get any clean tones out of the other amps. They've got different amp settings running through separate cabinets. You're hearing 50-50 of each, really. And they're kind of complementing each other EQ wise. I've got delay and reverb in the effects loop, and this is what it sounds like. Now, I don't think this plugin suite is aimed at the clean player, if I'm honest. I think it's more for those heavier tones. But everybody needs a clean tone at some point, and I think there's something, you know, usable there. This is the main lead tone that I came up with. A little bit darker. That's what I kind of like. And now I'm going to boost it with the tube screamer. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of guys and girls out there that want to use this plugin for stuff that's a lot more brutal than what I've just showcased. So I thought I'd try and put this preset together to show you that it does handle those kind of really low-tuned, brutal tones. I think this is what it's aimed at primarily. I've got a 6505 with a Bogner on this one, with different cabinets, and boosting the front end a little bit with the tube screamer. I think that's it really. I think I've covered as much as I can in a reasonable amount of time. I don't want to sit here for hours boring you. There's a plethora of extra tones included, presets from Will Putney himself, and they're actually some tones that have been used on albums that he's worked on. So if you're a fan of his work or the bands that he's worked with, it's a really cool insight to how he perceives tone. Now there is a major drawback for me whilst I've been using this, and it keeps crashing. That's That's the thing I'm experiencing with it, which is really annoying. This video is taking so long to put together because every time I switch presets, I've had to like restart. So I hope you've liked the demo. And if you've got any comments or any kind of suggestions to improve the channel, please comment below and I will listen to what you've got to say. This channel's here for you. I'm here to help you unlock the sound in your head as best I can. So thanks very much for your time. I hope it's been of use. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in a week's time. Cheers.